All right, shalom everybody, and I don't know if I can say the name of the Lord today, speaking about such a filthy person. So, disclaimer before we go and we start our talk: if you have kids around, keep them away. Use a headset, and if you don't like to hear filthy language, which I will not speak, but we will play audios and videos of such a filthy scumbag. So, before you listen, if you have a children around you, you better use a headset, or if you're alone. And if you don't like to hear such a language, because this guy is very filthy, he cannot say two words without saying filthy word, for he is a filthy scumbag. So we give you, we give you some time to adjust yourself before we go and play his videos. So the news says that this guy, he started a political party, and his target is to save England. From who? From Muslims. What a snake. You know, uh, when I say stupidity is really amazing, uh, but first we need to know how we reach to this point that somebody is a pimp. He don't even have high school. Uh, he want to be a prime minister of a country. But let us see first what is England is about today. England today, the king of England, his wife is a whore. She slept with everybody in the palace and outside the palace, including Muslims, the driver, the bodyguard, to the point nobody knows actually who is the father of the crown prince and his brother in England. And the king himself used to have a girlfriend for a century. So he is the same as his wife. To make it simple, when you are a whore, they call you princess in England. When you are a pimp, they call you your majesty. When you are, a poor person, they call you a whore. They call you by your name if you are poor. But if you are from the so-called royal family, they call you Princess Diana. Aha. She's a really princess. I mean, come on. She have a charity. Uh-huh. All the rich people between her legs. So the whole country is screwed up, not only about the Pakistani. I mean, this country is gone long time ago. Uh, and now, you know, because some they expose the crimes are done by Muslims. Until now, they keep saying the Pakistani gang, Pakistani gang. Nobody want to say this is Muslims. What Pakistani gang? This is only Pakistani gang. What they do? What about Moroccan? What about Algerian? What about all? Pakistani gang only. What about the Chechenian Muslims? But nobody want to say Muslims. Nobody, because they are hypocrite and they are coward. So this guy, he decided to start a political party to save England. From what? From what he do? He himself is number one pervert like those gangs. The filthy scumbag Andrew Tate, who's saying he can bring solution for England. I mean, do those people forget who is this guy? This is the guy who lure your daughters and your kids. They pay him money to watch women vagina. Excuse my language. He is one of them. This is why he converted to Islam. Because Islam is a perfect match for his filth. If you have a bad memory, because you are dumb, stupid, idiot, I can refresh your memory. The videos of Andrew Filthy Tate is there. And again, we will play the videos. So again, if you have kids around you, we warn you. Disclaimer, disclaimer. Don't Don't give me a speech in the chat or in the text comment, "Her Christian Prince, you should not play those words." No, we have. If we don't teach our kids about how filthy and what filth is, they will hear it their own way. They will hear it in the street. So you better show it to them and guide them, otherwise they will be part of it. So this is the filthy Andrew Tate explaining to you how he make money and how he become rich and influencing person.
Because they're like, can we meet? I've sent you $200,000. Can we meet? Can we meet? Can we meet? And the problem
What was the most that one person sent to a model? Total.
$1 million?
Wow.
They'd want to meet the chick, right? I only did a meeting once ever. I had a big customer with my best girl.
How much does that cost?
He paid 50 G's for dinner, just dinner. It was clear it was just dinner. He booked a really nice restaurant in London. It was me, my brother, and about 4 of my other kickboxing boys on different tables. He doesn't know what we look like, right? So he's gone to dinner. She's sitting at the table. He's sitting at dinner. He's surrounded by killers, bro. He didn't even know. Casey was weird. We tried to drug her or some shit, right? This is almost where I kind of felt bad. Because they were like, can we meet? I've sent you 200.
Did you hear? Him and his brother, their job is to bring girls to rich people to boom them. I don't want to use the F word, but it is the F word.
When this guy got into an
Let us go for another video.
This is almost where I kind of...
$1 million, he said, a customer he paid for one of his girls. A customer he paid. A customer, he called him a customer. Remember that, you know. Here is Andrew Tate is trying to teach you the relationship between porn viewer and the OnlyFans girls. Here, how to stop being distracted. Andrew Tate, he can make you focus in the women he have vagina. So you will not think about anything except give your credit card to him and focus there. Here, a woman, she claimed to be Christian, but obviously she is an antichrist. She go to meet with the filthy Andrew Tate, and actually she asked him for advice how we can fix the world. Listen.
Pornography. And by the way, this was actually implanted into my head from a health school. Like tons of speaking to boys, like younger boys, I think one of the things that they're really suffering from, I get tons of responses rather unexpectedly whenever I talk about the topic of pornography on my show. And it's one of those things that, again, if you found Candace 10 years ago and you asked me about pornography, and by the way, this was actually implanted into my head from a health school, like from health education.
She's a witch. A witch. Her tongue is not connected to her brain. She jumping from place to place to place. By the way, before, take a break, please, take a break, because before we continue, I have to tell you what I think about pornography. You are sitting with the pimp and you are asking him for advice for boys about pornography. You whore. If you listen carefully for their tongue, how it's running, you will see that they are possessed by the devil. There is a guy actually remind me of her. You remember the guy, his name is Destiny? Sorry, I said a guy. I apologize. A guy. Is he a guy? I'm not sure. Sorry, Democrat, I was insulting one of you. I called him a guy. He is not. Remember? I told him, you speak too much, you say nothing, you idiot. Anyone heard anything, learn anything from what you said? So she is coming all the way from America to guy is under house arrest. For what? For luring women and using them for sex and rape. Coming from America, asking him for advice. We go to Dr. Pimp. Dr. Pimp. You know, like in the old days, they used to bring a guy, his name Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil, he advised you how to avoid divorce, and he himself is divorced 3 times. Dr. Phil, how you can help the American to avoid divorce. First of all, let us make a definition. What is divorce? Now we put our finger on the wound. I mean, Western, Western. Welcome to the West. So look at her impression in her face. Look, she is really something, you know. What about you open your shirt bum and that will bring more review? What is this? What are you doing with yourself? I want your fingers. And is that diamond in your hand? From where? From the Jews you hate them most? Uh-huh.
where they would say pornography
Did she say education? She's asking Andrew Tate about education.
is healthy. People should watch pornography. People should engage in pornography. It's okay if you're in a relationship for you to watch pornography. And then I had a huge wake up call when I spoke to Tim Ballard. You know, he runs Operation Underground. And then I realized how closely pornography is related to human sex trafficking.
Real sex trafficking, not
And look, he agree. He agree that this is real. Listen carefully. He agreed that this is real human sex trafficking. So you should be in jail forever. He just agreed that he is a human, he is a real human sex trafficking. Did you hear what he say? She said this is engaged with the human sex trafficking. He said this is real human sex trafficking. So why you are saying you are innocent in front of the court and you keep posting saying they are accusing me and the Matrix are trying to get me?
Related to human sex trafficking.
Real sex trafficking, not TikTok accounts.
Not TikTok. This is real. There's different. There's the TikTok is TikToking. You know, here this is real sex trafficking.
Yeah, we should talk about that because they are kind of stretching the definition of sex trafficking. In your case, I've taken a look at it. And what's remarkable to me is the amount of young men, and I would say from the ages of 8.
Just shut up, whore. Unlocking masculine excellence. Teacher is a teacher. Why porn is a scam? So he admitted that he is a scammer. You know, this guy, after he made hundreds of millions of dollars from the vaginas of women, now he's trying to make himself like he is better. And until now, his vagina business is running. And his scam school business is open. So now he's looking for different scam. I'm going to run a political party. As long as I have a lot of dummy in this West, stupid Western who go naked in the street and they want to F any girl in the front of them, those kids, I can use them. The same I used them first time to make money from them, now I can use them for other agenda. But, and you know, what I am afraid of, that Trump is surrounded by people who they like this guy. As an example, a filthy person, his name is Trucker Carson. They call him Tucker. I call him a trucker. This guy is a truck. Whoever pay him in the back of it, he load. He worked for Fox News most of his life. After he got hundreds of millions of dollars, Fox News is not good. They are fake news, but all your life is working there. So Trump, he have people around him, they would love to support such a filthy scumbag like this. Specifically, Zakir Carson. A filthy man, I have no respect for him. You know, the more I see what people like in this world, especially in the social media, the more I lose respect to human race. And I have many reasons for that. You know, when this guy, Zakir Carson, he claimed that he is a voice of the truth, and he is the voice of the people, and he want to tell you what people don't want to tell you, right? He is the only a voice in the wilderness shouting for the truth, and he claimed to be Christian, right? And then he go and he praised a scumbag like this. He lured thousands of children's out of their life. He scammed them. He took their money. Every single penny in his pocket is coming from porn. And this filthy scumbag, Sucker Carson, he tried to present such a pimp as a good guy. In fact, he is a victim.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United Kingdom, my name is Andrew Tate. I'm the leader of the Bruv Party.
He don't even know how to say his name, his party name. The Brav, is that a pervert? Is that a bitches? You know, the brew of vagina, the bureau of United Vagina Party. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, is that how you used to say it to the girls who work with you? You call them ladies?
The leader of the Bruv Party, Britain Restoring Underlying Values, and I'm here to introduce myself.
He want to restore the values. That's a good one. Andrew, you know, which value which you want to restore? The one you damage yourself, you mean? Or what?
To you as the only hope and chance for the once Great Britain to repair itself from the eternal decline we are unfortunately being subjected to.
And is that the anthem in the background? You are a hero, man. You are a hero. And what is that in front of you? Like, are you serious, you stupid scumbag? Are you serious? This guy, he have the anthem behind him. He have the royal family in the front of him. He have two microphones. He have a flag, and he have a... Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Prophet Muhammad, the biggest pimp in the world. I'm going to fix everything. I will promise you, if you elect me, I will make your penis envious. I will give you a woman her vagina fit for that, and her ass is 1 mile butt. And I will make you, and I will change the law to make it you can have sex with 6-year-old girl. Aren't you a Muslim? Aren't you a Muslim? What do you mean you want to restore the value? You are a Muslim. In the top of that, you are a pimp. In the top of that, you have tons of videos teaching kids how to lie to girls and use them to make money from them. How to lie to them even about paying tax. How to lie about not to pay tax. How to use Bitcoin so you will never pay tax. You tell the girl, oh, I have to pay 50% of the money you made for tax. Whether I have to take my percentage and then the rest for you. And then you say, and for sure you will not pay tax. Tax for what? Andrew Tate, he is going to save England. If a pimp, not only a pimp, the lowest of the lowest. Hey, Andrew, what is your plan? Tell us, please.
I'm extremely rich and very successful. And
you are extremely rich? Just wait. Just wait when the IRS, they come after your money. Just wait. You are not done yet in Romania. You are not done with England. And you are not done with USA. Let us see how much will be left after they come to you. They have you on tape saying, I never pay tax, you idiot. Extremely rich from... But why you don't explain to them how you get rich and successful? Listen, listen. You are telling the English people, I am extremely rich and successful. You are successful in being rich or being a pimp. Isn't it every penny you made is from being a pimp? Tell them. So the whole country can be a pimp like you. We have a king there, he's a pimp. The royal family is a pimp family. The prime minister is a pimp. And you are a pimp, so why not? Let us be realistic. Go ahead.
Although this has not brought me much happiness or any new friends, it has certainly increased the variety and capability of my enemies.
My enemies. This guy, he think he is the Charles the the lion heart. What?
They have locked me in Romania for over
So you are saying to me you are locked like a dog and you want to be a prime minister, you dog? Hold on, they locked you in Romania, but isn't it you who said that if you go to Romania? Hold on, let me look for the video of Andrew Tate speaking why he went to Romania. Oh boy. Why you went to Romania? Huh? He said, I'm not sure which video. He said, imagine you go inside a jail or the police station and you have money like this in your hand. Let us see. Where is the video? I'm trying to find the video. I'm sure you guys saw the video. So he speak about how if you go inside the jail of a police station and you have money like this, or Romania, you imagine what will happen. He's saying clearly he went to Romania because Romania is a corrupt country. The police is corrupt, the judge is corrupt, so he will be protected by his money. I don't know what to search for. The problem when you search for this guy name, you will find a billion video. Let us see if we type bribe. Bribing the police. Maybe we can find. Yeah, I need to find it. I don't know which video. He speak about how to bribe them. If anyone can find the video, let me know so we can play it. Have you been in Romania? Yeah, I've been in Romania. I'm not saying, by the way, Romania is a bad country. I'm saying what he said. He said he moved to Romania because Romania is a very corrupt country. He can pay the judge, and I assure you he can. I don't trust the Romanian authority at all. Everybody knows that Romania have a lot of corruption. It's not a secret. The guy, he have hundreds of millions of dollars. So do you think, or don't you think he is willing to give $10 million to get out of his problem? 20 million, 50 million, he will pay it. And who is the judge will say no? The only difficulty is that because he is a person who the spot of the light all over him, is going to be not easy for the judge to get him out. So they have to find a solution to get him out. So I am sure he will do his best to bribe. I'm sure he will bribe the police. I'm sure he will try to bribe the district attorney and the general attorney. He will try to bribe everybody. As long as he can do it, he will. The only problem is because he put himself too much under the light, it's not going to be easy to get away if there is a strong evidence. He can get away if the evidence, if they can play with it. I have degrees in law, so I know how it works. A lawyer, he can use any hole in the wall to make you go through. So he hired, he hired lawyers from around the world to defend him, and he have the money to bribe any official in Romania, including whatever you can imagine, the highest you can imagine. So if there is a justice in Romania, this guy will never get out, because simply every crime he did, it's on video by his own mouth. Everything he did, from, he just said when he was talking to this whore, that porn business is a really human trafficking, sex trafficking. He said that. We heard it a second ago. We heard him saying, speaking about how he bring girls who never worked in sex before, and how he played a lover boy. He bring a girl from around the world. He texts her in Facebook, in Twitter, whatever social media is. He made her believe that he is in love with her, and then he asked her to open her legs in front of the camera, because this is the best to do.
So for me, fight.
Let me play for you a little bit of this filthy scumbag. By the way, Andrew Tate, if I am a British citizen, I will vote for you for sure. I mean, the country, the country is screwed up, and you will be the last nail in the ass of England. Go, tell me about how you do your business.
If I didn't put it into fighting, I would end up in jail. But the majority of my money was actually made in the pimp game. I say that, people think I'm making it up. It's true. This is why I think I have a bit of a following on Twitter, because I have a unique resume. Like, there's a whole bunch of guys on, but not many, like world champion kickboxer, pimp, mafia associated criminal. Like, I've got all this stuff, and it was like, who is this dude? Like, surely it can't all be true. Well, it's all true. I had a fight coming up. The fight was too far away from money, and I needed money today. So I was sitting there thinking, how can I make money? What do I have that's worth money? Like, what do I have that I can even sell? And I was sitting there, and the only thing I had was all these girlfriends. I was sitting there writing down my assets. Like, what do I own? What do I possess? I said, well, I got these 7 hot chicks. Plus, I'm a master of the game. Long story short, I decided to start with webcam, and I flew all the girls into England. I needed money, man. I need to get paid. I didn't have time to be messing around. That's how I made it to the top. That's basically my story. I mean, I was a fighter, and because I had game, I just ended up in the pimp game, and I built this webcam business. And I'm training these girls. And it got to the point where it was easier if I just typed myself. So what we ended up doing was, we had the 2 girls on camera with a keyboard, which wasn't plugged in, doing this. And then I was behind the screen talking to the dudes, saying the right.
Guys, listen carefully. Do you know what he was doing now? He is playing that he is one of the whore on the camera, and he is the one is talking to them. So the stupid people who go to porn website, they do not know that the guy who is speaking to them in the chat is Andrew Tate, which means he's a whore. He himself is a whore. He say filthy word to a guy to get him horny. Him. Did you hear what he say? This is what he do. He's proud about. He's not even ashamed.
I didn't have time to be messing around. That's how I made it to the top. That's basically my story. I mean, I was a fighter, and because I had game, I just ended up in the pimp game, and I built this webcam business. And I'm training these girls, and it got to the point where it was easier if I just typed myself. So what we ended up doing was, we had the 2 girls on camera with a keyboard, which wasn't plugged in, doing this. And then I was behind the screen talking to the dudes, saying the right things, and start dragging money out the internet. And for me, I mean, this is a long time ago, right? This is about, how old am I now? I'm 34, so I was about 28. So about 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago, right? And making money online nowadays is far more popular than it was even 8 years ago. Who do you know 8 years ago who made money from YouTube or from online?
Yeah,
nobody.
It's just booming. It's just starting.
It's just starting. So when I started dragging money from the internet, it was like...
there is difference between people who make money from YouTube and your business, you scumbag. What YouTube? What? Same time making money in YouTube is older than 8 years.
Mind-blowing to me. And I'm sitting there typing, and I'd type 16, 17 hours a day, but I'd pull in, let's say, $3,000 a day, $4,000 a day. So that became my new life, right? I went from kickboxer to fucking pretend girl on the internet for about...
Pretend girl in the... He pretend to be a girl in the internet to make money. Scammer. He pretend to be a porn girl. He pretend to be a porn girl. So he speak to guys, saying to them, I want to touch you, I want to kiss you, I want to etc. to make the guy horny and make the guy pay money. And the stupid dude, mentally pervert, he do not know that in the other guy, the other side, is a guy, his private part is twice bigger than his. Reality.
3 months, I'm just typing until the girls learn. And once the girls learn, they could do it themselves. Then I thought, I don't know, I need some more chicks. And that was kind of the beginning of the cam empire. I'm taking over. So what I did...
The con man empire. Did you hear it? The beginning of the con man empire. He's a conning man. Empire. Did you hear it?
Is I unplugged their keyboards and plugged a new one in from me behind the screen. Chicks would sit there and hit a keyboard that wasn't plugged in. And me and my brother would do all the talking. The girls were just pure, just famoosers.
The keyboard is not even plugged to the computer. So the girl, she make herself, she is typing in that keyboard to make you think that she is the one who typed that, you know. But the keyboard in front of her is not even connected.
Just laughing and doing this. And they were talking to fucking ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it. Any girl who's around me long enough sees Tristan bring 4 or 5 girls a day inside the house. She goes, how do I know I'm not one of them girls? I'm like, baby, I'm the good brother.
Yeah, I don't want to go with the music. We might be flagged. Anyway, I mean, this guy is a scumbag, and whoever mate with him is a scumbag, and whoever interview him is a scumbag, and all of you are a bunch of a scumbag who praise him. If you are a fan of this guy, you should know that you are from the same equality. You are a scumbag, the son of a scumbag, and your mama is a scumbag, and you are going to go to hell. For all of you belong to one bloodline, scumbag bloodline. If you admire such a filthy person, you need to know that you are a filthy person, the lowest of the lowest. I will not even spit on you, because my spit is way cleaner than you.
16 usually. You get married at 16. I think.
All right, in Romania, 16, sorry.
Yeah.
So if I'm fucking all these 18-year-old women, blah, blah, blah. Well, then he's added a bunch of lies on top of the character. I don't understand why. Yeah. I think if you truly have something to say, you truly understand the game.
Anyway, I will not play more. I will stop here. This video here is all about, you know, he's admitting his crimes. So it's endless, you know, it's all is endless of this guy saying things about his crimes. You know, maybe I should stop. I don't know.
She's going to get pissed off with her cut. Because they're going to Google up how much a token's worth, how many tokens they made, and all that shit. They're going to get pissed off with their cut. Remember the tax things. You only have to pay them 30% instead of 50%. It's important for your profitability. So you don't want a girl who's in it for money. You want a girl who's in it to be with you. So you meet a girl, you take her on dates, you fuck her, whatever. She passes the PhD test. Then you start saying things like, oh yeah, but you're always working. I have to do some traveling and you can't come. I want to bring you with me. Traveling is a great one because the thing about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. Oh, and you're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So you'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen. Come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. You, your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl. My first girl was so good, it was easy. My girl would sit there and go, oh my God, before this I was a waitress and it was shit, and now I do this, and I make so much money, and the guys all love me and they adore me, and on my birthday they send me presents, and I get so much money, blah, 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 and it's so much fun, and we stay at home, and da-da-da-da, and we're gonna go to Thailand soon, we're gonna be working in Thailand, and we're gonna stay there for as long as we want, you should come with us, it's gonna be so much fun, da-da-da-da, martinis, 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 bang, threesome. Slam them both, your bottom bitch knows, this girl's like, okay, well I'll try it. Put both girls on camera together the first day, so the new girl can sit there and just sit with the other girl and get drunk. Give them a bottle of vodka, put on the fucking chatterbait, 100 tokens per shot. The guys will send loads of money to get the girls drunk, because guys like drunk girls. Girls will sit there, get drunk, have a great time. You say it's your new job now, you haven't go to work ever again. That's how you recruit girls. You do not recruit girls any other way. Webcam thing, and I was like, this might be some money. So I text all my girlfriends, I think it was 5 of them, text all 5, said, you're all coming here to live with me and work with me. So Tristan will tell you the story, he'll tell you. All 5 flew in, picked them all up, they're all sitting there, I sat them around the same table. Listen, I need to get paid, right? I'm broke now. I have no money, I'm running out of money. So I put them all around the same table, and I was like, look, we're gonna start a webcam business, you're gonna stay, you're gonna live in London, I'm gonna look after you, and we're gonna get rich. We're gonna be a team. And they're all like, well, who's this bitch? I'm like, she's my girlfriend, she's my girlfriend, she's my girl. You're all my chicks. Oh. And you're going to stay here and we're going to make some money. Big fight kicks off, blah, 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 blah. 3 left, 2 stayed. Those are my first 2 girls. And we started this little webcam business from my apartment. And it just grew and grew and grew. And it got to the point where at one point I had 75 women working for me in 4 locations. Damn. And I was doing $600,000 a month. This is in the UK. So, but this leads in
75 girls working to him in different locations, making $600,000 a month. And in his video, he is saying that he is a successful businessman. He is successful. He's so rich and he is so successful. I don't know what to say. And yet there is people, they say they like Andrew Tate. And actually there's a guy, he contacted me, he says, Andrew Tate, help me. This is how stupid a human being is. You know, they say that women are half a brain. This is what Muslims they say, right? I will say to you that men who believe in such a garbage are brainless. In fact, if you think about it, yeah, this guy, he used women, and those women are foolish, and he seduced them by money and how much money they will make. But the real stupid victim in the whole story here is the men. The men, they lose their mind the second they see legs and ass and vagina. So who is the one half a brain? The donkey, the man, he go and work like a donkey all day long. In the cold, in the heat, in the etc. He have a boss screaming at him. He struggle in his life, and then he go to his private room. He open a camera, and Andrew Tate, he will speak to him in the chat, saying to him, "You look so good," and the rest of dirty words. And then the stupid man, who supposedly are smarter than a woman. Remember, this is what the Quran says. He take off his pants, he start touching himself, and Andrew Tate is talking to him. In the other side, a dude who is a kickboxer. Who is the stupid in this story? Men. And whoever a man he admires such a scumbag, you are a stupid donkey. In fact, donkeys cannot be lured by such a person. Donkeys have more honor, and their brain function better. I'm not going to keep you longer. For me, it's not worth to talk about him. But this is how bad it is in the UK, to the point a scumbag pimp, he created a party. He himself is under investigation for rape. And for sure, he admitted that he do human trafficking, sex trafficking. Even he admit in one of his videos that he used a child, she is under the age. He said she worked for him, I think he said 3-4 years before, when he met her first time. And then at that time, he mentioned, then when this happened, she was 18. So already he is using this girl for more than 3 years. So God knows how many crimes this guy he did. And if this is the guy who can fix your society, you English people are a bunch of screwed people. You better bury yourself. It's not enough you call a whore like Diana princess. Isn't it enough that what his name? This guy Prince Harry? Prince, he's a prince. Prince, scumbag, filthy. Read his books, read what he say, read what he do, read what he stand for. Isn't it enough bad for you that even your own media exposed the king stealing the money of the charity? Charity. So he go around the world says donate for us to charity, and then he take the money for his pocket, him and the royal family. So your royal family are a bunch of scumbag. Your prime minister are a bunch of scumbag. Your country is full of scumbag rapists. And instead of you cleaning your own dirt, what do? You cry. You cry and you vote for a pimp who refuse even to acknowledge the problem or to investigate. And not only that, the pimp you have as a prime minister, his minister of justice is a Muslim. So imagine a Muslim from Pakistan. She is a Muslim from Pakistan. She is going to investigate the gangs of Pakistan. That's a good one. And because you are so stupid, before that, you voted for a mayor of England. Where he is from? From Pakistan. So England now is flourishing. So the mayor from Pakistan, the prime minister, the previous one from India. I mean, where is the British people in this country? I want to know. Where literally, I want to know, where is the British people? Is there still any British people? Huh? Anyone is rich, you make him a prime minister. He is Indian, he's a Pakistani, he is a Bratani, he was a Brastatani. You know, just anyone have money, even if it's coming from a whore business like this guy, you will make him a king or a prime minister. People of England, what happened to your honor? It's a question, I will leave you with it. If there is still men in this country, if there's any real men in this country, if there is, prove it. Prove it. Fix your country, clean it from the garbage, kick out all those filthy rapists, change the law, stop being stupid, change the law that rapist should not go to jail for 2, 3 years, 5 years. A rapist, he should be executed, especially the one who raped a child. Change the law if you want to fix your country. Kick all the judges off. For all of them, they are pervert. They put Tony Robinson in jail for speaking about the scandals they do, and they let the criminals get out. They try to silence the guy. So one of you, he have honor, he speak the truth. What do you do to him? You put him in jail. And how many millions people in the street they went out to take the guy out of jail? None. Few thousands. So I can say in England there's a few thousand honorable men and women. The rest are not. Because if they are exist, what's happening will never happen. If the majority of England are people of honor, we should see in the street right now tens of millions forcing the government to resign, changing the judges, taking over the government, forcing the king to seek asylum in Somalia, for he is a fraud. It's time for you to change your country. Otherwise, you will never have one. I say what I said, and those who have ear, they should listen. And let us see what will happen. Did you hear about Ellis Wendell? I don't know who is Ellis Wendell. I have no idea. You know, I'm not going to depend on Elon Musk. At the end of the day, Elon Musk is a, you know, he's angry from what's happening. But I believe that Elon Musk himself did not understand the situation yet. He's still talking about gangs. Until now, he did not dare to say it is Islam. For this is not only about Pakistani Muslims. This is what Moroccan do. Moroccan Muslim, number one business. I was in England. I was walking in the street. I was speaking Arabic. A guy, he came to me speaking Arabic, but I can tell from his accent he's a Moroccan. He gave me a card. He said, call my sister. The guy next to me, so I said to him, what sister? What do you mean? The guy next to me, he hit me in the arm. He says, his sister. He's trying to make me understand. I said, what sister? Who's this guy? You know, I'm just walking in the street. I don't know him. Call my sister. He gave me a card in my hand, and the card have like a pencil drawing, it's a printed, but it's like a girl. She is, you know, she have hair, long hair. I said, what sister? Why you hit me in my arm? He said, sister, man, this guy, those are Moroccan. They do pimp business. Go right now and check what they do in France, what they do in Denmark, what they do in England, what they do everywhere. And then if you say that, they will say you are being Islamophobic. But this is the truth. Don't you believe in science? Go check the numbers. Go check the numbers. Don't listen to me. Go right now and check the record of rape in any country of those countries and see who is the one doing it. What is the percentage of the population? What the percentage of the religion, those who belong to this? Let us see how many they are supposedly Christian or Muslims or Hindus or Buddhists or etc. from between those rapists. Get the numbers in all of Europe, and you will see. Somebody said CP must be handsome. First of all, do you think the guy will give a card to someone he look handsome? Use your logic, Tracy. A person, he look handsome, he will not struggle to find a woman. They will give the card for someone, nobody want to look at him. See, I'm just trying to teach you logic, Tracy. Use your brain, huh? Yeah. Men who goes after prostitute, they are suffering from mental illness, and they are hooker themselves, because if I pay a woman to sleep with me, that will make me a hooker like her, because we are exchanging business. She's a hooker, so what I will be? When I partner with the hooker in the bed, what I will be? I will be hooker like her. So people, they say the woman is the hooker. No, you are a hooker too. The one who paid the women is a hooker, is a whore. The Bible says the earth committed adultery. But the earth does not have sex. The earth does not have vagina or penis. The earth committed adultery, for the earth full of a scumbag. A man who want to be loved, and then he go in the internet laughing at himself. A woman, she is opening her legs because he pay her. You are stupid, you are mental, and you are disgrace for yourself. Go get married. There's many women. They will marry you. There's many women looking for a good man, hard-working person. There's many good women, they are looking for security and safety and a real man to protect them and to be their husband and the father of their kids. Stop being stupid. They are sucking your blood. Those are your enemies, not your friends. They are not your lovers. If they see you in real person, they will spit on you. If a person agree to go with the whore physically or virtually, and he have to pay her in order to walk with him or to sleep with him, you better know that you are equal to a piece of shit to her, to the point she will not accept to touch you unless you pay her. You are nothing but shit. Like, why she will touch shit unless the shit will bring a lot of money? So you are just a manure. So whoever go with hookers, I have no respect for you. Your kids will not respect you. Society will not respect you, and you will go to hell. You and your whore. All of this because you are horny for 10 minutes. Are you a dog? Are you a rat? Who are you? The man who his penis control him, he is not a man. What make you a man is having a brain, not having a penis. When you let your sexual desire is the one who control your behavior to go that far, you are a dog. Even dogs are better than you. Dogs are better than you. Anyway, what I can say, when I say stupidity is amazing, it is amazing. It is. And time came, and a pimp, hey, Andrew Tate, why you don't announce yourself a prophet? I mean, come on, you have all the requirement of a prophet of Islam. You are a pimp like Muhammad. You go after women underage, as you said in the video. You lure women. Isn't this what Muhammad said? All the verses of the Quran about luring women to be whores, toys for sex. When Muhammad, he told the Muslim women, you will be 70 times more pretty in heaven if you open your legs. Don't you consider this is a scam? Because if all the women went to heaven and they become 70 times more beauty, nothing changed. You were ugly in earth, you are ugly in heaven, because all the women get 70 times more. So if you have a friend, she is twice more pretty than you, and both of you are Muslims, you go to heaven, she will be 140 times more pretty, and you will be 70 times more pretty. So you were the same, nothing changed. Scam. But who want to use his brain? And you will be sex toy anyway. And you will be jailed in your tent, as the Quran said. And then you will see a Muslim woman defending Islam, wearing hijab. Allahu Akbar, Islam, give me my right. My Islam, before Islam, women, they have no right. Abdul, potato. Balbula, your prophet himself used to work for a woman before Islam. She was his boss. After Islam, you are his balls. Before Islam, women, they used to be queens and leaders, and you know, the daughter of Kisra, the king of Persia, she is a queen. She became a queen in the time of Muhammad. And Muhammad, he said, no nation will be successful if they've been led by a woman. So this is scumbag who believe that we should beat women, treat them like dogs. You have to be controlling them. You have to treat them like your feet. You have to beat them. This is the guy who want to fix society. Stupid people. What a disgusting nations. Firth is Firth. What we can say. All right, I'm not going to keep you long. You can download my video, save it. I don't keep those videos on my channel for long. All right, I don't like to keep my channel dirty with this guy. I just to make a comment about this is come back. I might come back later if I could. And again, what we have to say, we have to play his videos full of filthy words, but for the purpose of education, we have to. All right. If you are in England, don't forget to vote for Andrew Tate. And by the way, if he won the election, can do full masturbation class for you for free. He can teach Prince Harry, what's his name, Harry, how to lure girls. And he can teach the King of England how to open a camera business so he will stop stealing charity. I mean, if this is your king, who is your dog? It's just a question. Who is the dog? No more comment. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you and save us from the evil ones. Be vigilant, be smart, don't be dummy, and don't follow your penis. Don't follow your penis. Your penis is a piece of meat. Don't be stupid. Don't be a donkey. You know, the first time I rode a horse, the first time ever in my life, I rode a horse. It was a very beautiful horse. My dad, he took me. He said, "What do you think about this horse?" I said, "Oh, so what I would do with it?" He said, "This is yours." Oh, wow. Black, beautiful Arabian horse. I jump on it. First time ever I ride a horse. 3 minutes after, female horse came by. The black horse went crazy. I am in the top of the horse, and I don't know what's wrong with this horse. So he was fine. He was okay. Suddenly he started want to jump at the other horse, and I don't know what's going on. Are you that horse who's controlled by his penis? Horse is one animal from the family of donkeys. Are you that donkey who your penis control you, make you lose your mind, and such a scumbag like this take your money and fool you, and now he want to become your leader? Not only he stole your money, now he want to continue screwing you. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What we can say. I remember once I was walking with a kid in my age, and he have his sister. She is younger. We were walking, and then we saw a donkey, and obviously he's horny. There's a female donkey in front of him. And then the girl, she said, oh, look, look. She's saying to her brother, "This donkey have 5 legs. Do you have 5 legs?" Porn worshippers, do you have 5 legs? Obviously you do. You don't have 4 legs like a donkey. You have 5. Stupidity is amazing. I look at the donkey having 5 legs, what she's talking about, you know? But the girl, she don't know what's going on. Like, yeah, he have 5 legs, you know? It looked like it, you know? And then her brother, he told her, don't look, don't look. Okay, you know, he have a defect, he have a defect. She went home, she told her mom, "Mom, we saw a donkey have 5 legs." But those donkeys exist around us everywhere. When you see somebody going to stay in jail for 20 years just because he decided to molest a child, this is how stupid a human being is. He destroys himself. He destroyed his future. He destroyed his livelihood, and he destroyed the livelihood of a child because he decided to be a donkey with 5 legs. So if you are a person who ever think to do harm children's, you will pay. And if you are a person who think you can be rich like this guy by harming young women or old women, you will pay. I assure you, you will pay. God justice never go and never die. You will pay severely for every person you used and abused, and for every penny you made. You will suffer horribly. You might rejoice or enjoy your wealth for some time, but you will pay, you filthy dog. You will pay. God is good, so is Jesus. I mean to that. See ya. Bye-bye.